Did you know about phlogiston particles? Back in the 1600s, where the scientific method was still a little flimsy, we had a very big problem. When things went through combustion, let's say burning a piece of wood, the residues would constantly show a difference in mass from before and after the combustion. And what did our 17th century Homo sapien brain come up with? Well, the phlogiston theory. What's a phlogiston? A fire-like element contained within combustible bodies and released during combustion. Yeah, these were the days where chemistry was more like alchemy, so cut them some slack. If a material burned and left behind a lighter residue, it was considered dephlogisticated, meaning all of its phlogiston was depleted, but it doesn't stop there. To explain why sometimes residues became heavier, like when you burn metals and they become metal oxides, they gave phlogiston the property of negative mass. Yes, that was the best explanation they had at the time. As you may already be able to tell, this is simply bad science. You can't just explain a phenomenon by finding any explanation that fits and ignoring countless variables. Inevitably, real science was bound to take over and give us the best, repeatable, and testable explanation for this issue. In the 18th century, it took them a long while to understand this, Antoine Lavoisier conducted wonderful closed system experiments. When heating mercury in a sealed vessel, he showed that the resulting mercury oxide, was heavier than the original one. And you can already tell, right? Here comes the good part. The weight gained by the mercury equaled the weight of the air consumed. Boom, law of conservation of mass checked. And then he demonstrated that when mercury cogs, that was the way they called mercury oxide back then, was heated further, it released a gas that made up 1/5 of the air, which he named oxygen. How cool is that? We freaking discovered oxygen as we know it today. And then Lavoisier, not being satisfied, disproved the idea that water was an element by synthesizing it with hydrogen and oxygen. Sorry, but come on, this guy's simply the GOAT. I mean, almost single-handedly obliterating alchemy to enter into the chemistry era? That's just way too cool.